Valley, Clemson Memorial Stadium. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. It's the USC Trojans and the Clemson Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
I caught up with the USC head coach before the game. This is a developing storyline. Early in the season, they took a risk starting a young freshman quarterback, but he has continued to shine and get better each and every week. Now, late in the season, a chance for the college football playoff is on the line. His team is playing with great energy and enthusiasm, but they have got to continue to take care of the ball and focus and perform every single game. We'll see how he's able to get off to a quick start here in the first quarter. I'll keep you posted from the sidelines. Reese?
Thanks, Holly. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Hold it, finds his man on the left. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Throwing, Williams. A little release to the back. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
The defense was all over. They know 3rd down, the quarterback could be a viable threat in the run game. Played physical, played close to the line of scrimmage, made the big stop.
Hunt is in the air on 4th down. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. The give.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Keep it on the ground. On the stop.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26.
Hey, 3rd down and short, you know the quarterback absolutely is going to be a part of the run game. The defense was not fooled, flew up, made the tackle, stick that fist in the air, 4th down coming.
Yes, the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Pulls it, fired complete. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Williams. Caught. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you got dialed up on third.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop him on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
We talked to the coaches coming into this one. They know field position was going to be a huge factor for them winning this one. They had a really nice punt earlier in this game. Great job getting down and covering it. Won't surprise me if they decide to play it safe again here on 4th.
And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
Defense is totally ready in this situation, too. Because of the field position with the offense backed up, they know they're going to try and run the ball, buy themselves some real estate, but they ain't having it. Lots of bodies in the box, close to the line of scrimmage, and they generate a TFL.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the wide receiver. Throwing, Sellers. Back's got it on the screen. And he ends up taking a safety.
That is a risky time in play call. Running a running back screen backed up like that, it did not fool anybody on defense. They converge right away, get him down, and they steal 2 points.
Searching for space.
The return is tackled down at the 29, and the USC offense will take over. 1st and 10.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They'll go back to work trying to get something going after a couple of punts the first 2 times they've had it. Timeout called as the play clock had gotten down to 3 seconds. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They'd get him out of bounds at the 37.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
He's got trips right, a single receiver to the left on 2nd and short. Pulls it in. It's Anderson. Racing down the left side. At the 20. Touchdown, Trojans! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made the extra point without problem. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Cuts it upfield. It's Davidson. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll pull it down. There he goes. Past the 50. He's at the 40. At the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're now down 9-7. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Takes the easy one to the back.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
And the Trojans can really attack on this 2nd and short. They want to run this quarterback. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Just going to keep it after the snap. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. We're through 1, and what a back-and-forth battle between these 2 quarterbacks as we look at the stats. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing ends of the field. Williams. The screen. He's got wheels. Turning it on. He's inside the 40. Past the 20. He's at the 10. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. The Trojans trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. He is denied, and it'll be 2nd and goal. After that last play, there is a Trojan who is shaken up on the field. That is the senior offensive lineman who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on his condition. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Miller. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, USC! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the extra point is good. And here's the return. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Hits inside, it's Haynes. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Motion from the back. He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It's 4th down. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to make this catch. And they'll stop him right there on the return. Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. Takes the easy completion. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
An 8-yard pickup on the first down completion, now 2nd and 2. Sends it back in motion. Here's Williams to throw. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. On the direct snap, it's Miller. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later, but you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
The pass is incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield, and that shot the quarterback took might have been a little too much. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Three yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Caught in the backfield, it's Miller. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Southern Cal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds. An excellent field position for this offense. Bunch formation for these receivers. Changing the routes with his receivers. Sellers. Fires to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got 2 guys on him.
Dropping back, it's Sellers. Looking to the big tight end. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sellers. He's going to run it. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there.
Hey, man, this defense, they look a little bit frustrated. Like, he's done this time and time again here in the first half, and it's still early in this football game, but they got to find an answer for his legs. Like, he's chewing up too many yards, making too many big plays. Got to find a way to make him one-dimensional and make some bad things happen when he tries to take off and run the football.
This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. They'll send the back in motion. Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Here's Sellers to throw. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
The handoff. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? Quarterback signaling to his guys. Gets the back moving. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. And it's no good. Thought maybe that field goal could start some momentum. Instead, the deficit is still 16.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Throwing, Williams. The screen, he can go.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
The Trojans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Williams will pass. Just not anywhere near good ball placement.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Trojans will punt this one away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Throwing, Sellers. He fires one deep over the middle. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Sent it downfield. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
Sellers lined up in the gun on third down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. We begin with the South Carolina Gamecocks in their matchup against the number 12 team, the BYU Cougars. And it's South Carolina setting school records in multiple offensive categories in one of the highest scoring games I think I've ever seen. Two teams who were very familiar with the end zone today.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to it. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Sellers from the gun on third down. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Williams got his man on the outside. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. Second and long here. He's got him in the flat. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's Miller. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Punt is on its way. And he'd hoped to pin him deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. into the open. Powers through. Completely shot a bolt of energy into this drive. Inside the 40, finally stopped at the 39. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. Looking for space. It's Haynes. Shakes off the defender. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Sellers on the play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Keeps it on the ground. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
It's a great play by the defense. They've got the lead by a lot here in the 3rd quarter, and the offense is trying to run at them, and they just completely blew that thing up. Big tackle for loss. They've now put them in an obvious passing situation. Expect them to pin their ears back, try to get after the quarterback here.
Got a little grass. Got some room headed to the goal line. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. Here comes the 2-point try. They'll move the wide receiver. Sellers. He's got it for the 2-point conversion, and now they're back to within 1 possession.
And it's more common to throw for the 2-point conversion than it is to run anymore. So you practice these a lot. You can tell. Nice timing, nice rhythm, in sync, nice 2-point conversion.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Motion from the back. Williams. Got his man out of the backfield. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Iptay if they can stop him on 3rd down. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Fields the punt. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Pulls it. Quick toss. Hard running there. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
On the run, it's Haynes. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. He's going for a big play downfield. Upstairs, he's got it. A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. 3rd down, they need 12. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but they're not able to come away with the completion.
Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Hands it off. There's some daylight. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. They give it back to him. Plows through the defense. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Here's Williams to throw. Finds his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The Trojans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Swings it out to the flat. There he goes. Past the 30, the 20. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Lining up to add another. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stops. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. The handoff to Johnson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback changing the play. Here's Sellers to throw. Going over the top. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. He wants to go deep. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
Running inside, it's Miller. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And every coach in America has a plan for this situation. The first 4 minutes of the game, the last 4 minutes of a game. How I'm going to construct my offense. Most of the time, I got to be physical. Run the football like right here. Run that clock. Get a few first downs, and I can end this football game on offense.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Defense in press coverage. Maybe a crease. Slides to the ground after picking up the first. Great play on 2nd and short.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
And the Trojans will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And this is where the offense just breathes. Just take your time, huddle up. I'm in absolutely no hurry. I got the lead. I want to continue to run that clock. No false starts, no penalties. Let that clock tick down and then punch it in the end zone to add to this lead.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Trojans! And the pummeling has started. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Number 47, set to kick off.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Takes the handoff. It's Haynes. Just smothered on the play.
And how are you guys not impressed with this defense, man? They've been so good. They've been all over the field. And they're about to make this a very one-dimensional offense. Like, the clock is ticking, right? And they're down, and they got to get aggressive. Still trying to run the football, but this defense, they've been a brick wall so far.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long.
Splash moving.
Tight end now in motion. To the back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
On the play.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Clemson will send the punt team out. He'll try to really get into this one. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Throwing, Williams. Look out! And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Listen, that's not going to go down as a big play, but he does a really good job turning a negative play into something positive. It's not a big gain, but it keeps you out of those negative situations that really makes you very predictable.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And on 4th down, they'll take a knee, but this one's just about over. Third and 6 yards to go.
Flag 14! Flag 14!
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent.